everybody, welcome to Spinnerack. It's me and Cal here. Unfortunately, PD wasn't able to make it, but we're going to do a quick review of what happened at Comic-Con. Man, it was fun. It was exhausting, and we covered a lot of things. And over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see many videos coming out. Of course, thanks to Cal. He got us these great interviews with DC writers and artists. And want to say thanks again, D?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
You know, I want to thank PD for putting out all the videos, okay? Because, hey, it's been a hell of a thing.
I always look at the interviews as a team effort, you know, because we were all there. So, not me specifically, but this year more so than any year that I've worked at the con. Some really good stuff. So, you know, nice, good team effort on our part. So I'm really happy about that.
I want to thank Sherman for his cinematography.
Yes.
See some of it.
Yes, I learned a lot from you, Sherman. Thank you. I learned how to truly video a hot chick. Thank you, Sherman. I will never forget your lesson for that. Okay? You are a credit to the Bronx. Thank you. Boogie on down.
But one of the key things I want to talk about was your impression of the con overall over past years before. You've been to quite a few. What do you think about this one? Was it basically the same, or was it a little different?
No. This was a good con. I've been to them since they first started. And if you're like me and you went to them when they first started, you know there wasn't that many people. And there never are with them initially, okay? You could walk around. There was plenty of space and plenty of room. It was amazing. Now, literally, people are packed together closer than we're sitting next to each other. But this was a very, very good con. I thought it was very organized. The panels, the fact that you could go there and see the preview of Godzilla was great. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see that. Or that you could have seen the Adam West Return of the Dynamic Duo, which I also didn't get to see, or Justice League Dark. You could have gotten a chance to see that while you're there, which I also didn't get to see, but it was really good. The offerings were great. I have to give a lot of credit to the DC booth. They were really willing to hook a lot of people up. But even more than that, guys like Christopher Priest, Lee Weeks. Lee Weeks is probably one of the nicest, most gentlemanly guys that I got a chance to meet there, because you go and I meet him, and he's sketching something. He just finished talking to someone about their art, and I know he needs to get this done, but I need to get the interview done. And so you try to approach people nicely, and he's looking at you, and he was just like hoping that you don't say anything, but he was a gentleman from start to finish and just a really kind guy. Gave me a really good interview. And guys don't have to say yes. They can tell you no. They can say, look, I don't want to be videoed, or all of that. They can be some real prima donnas when it comes to it. But he was cool. Christopher Priest, I've been chasing after Priest for literally over a decade, trying to get some stuff done with him. We want to try to get some audio done with him later on. Jody Hauser, Stephen Orlando.
Zarcone.
Yeah, oh, definitely Marley Zarcone. Just really make your day, because these guys are not only professional, but they're giving that little bit of extra something that makes it worthwhile that you came out there. And we definitely, when you bump into them again, you want to tell everybody hi, you want to tell everybody thank you for the time. But in that, real high-level professionalism, just really good people overall. And it's really nice to do that. Because I've been to some people who are some real jerks, but you still have to do the interview at the end of the day. Actually, one of them was a little bit of a jerk, but still did the interview with him. But it was overall really nice con. Organization was really. I thought they were gonna screw everything up with this whole tap in stuff and tap that, but it was really cool. Got to meet Stan Lee on that conveyor belt that they designed. Just rolling everybody in, get the autograph, roll them right out. But got to meet a whole bunch of good people. Adam West, a lot of great people. Probably the highlight for me is Christopher Priest, and I know you enjoyed your time with Underground.
I enjoyed our time with Underground. I thought Christopher Priest, his time, was very generous. He gave us time that normally we weren't expected to get at the con. I was also very surprised by how it was extremely crowded, but it was well organized. The lines moved as best as they could. But once you got inside, the people were friendly, nice to one another, and I thought that was a really good thing.
Yeah.
We also the
not a lot of line skipping this year either. Just maybe 1 or 2 people.
And we also got to say thank you to some of the other writers and artists from Venditti, who does the Hal Jordan,
right,
and the Bensons, who do I think Bird of Prey.
Yeah, and Yannick Paquette, who's on he's doing covers right now, but was on Wonder Woman Earth 1. Really nice interview there. Even got to use some of my French, so I was very happy about that.
And the artist from Suiciders, Bermejo, I think a writer. He was pretty good too.
Hey, I didn't get to. I think I had to cut out that day, but I didn't get to see him. But I haven't even gotten a chance. I'll be with all of you viewers. I'll be seeing the interview when you see it, because I still haven't seen it yet. You know, a lot of cosplayers.
Oh my goodness! You're gonna see if you go to the website and also to the YouTube channel, you'll see a lot of cosplayers. So you'll enjoy. Number one cosplayer you think was out there?
The whole time, or the one that we took?
No, the one out there that we took, or the I think.
Are you talking about the number one person I saw, or the number one outfit? Like
the number one outfit.
I saw a lot of Black Canary, a lot of Black Canary, and
too.
a lot of Black Canary and a lot of Harlequin, but definitely more Black Canary than Harlequin.
I think I thought there was a lot more Harlequin, because they had different type of Harlequin. They had the one with the dominant Harlequin outfit, and the other one, the current one. There were quite a few Harlequins. I mean, if Harlequin is not the number one costume this Halloween, I'll be shocked. You know.
Well, no, probably. I mean, you know, it's for kids. I can't imagine these kids running around.
I see grown women wearing them.
That's grown women, you know.
Well, I'm not looking at kids.
I mean,
I'm looking at grown women.
At Comic-Con, if you're dressed like that, you're a cosplayer. If you're a grown woman and you're dressed like that, you're a hooker. So I don't think, you know, she's going to be walking down the street like that. And the young girls, I don't think we're going to be dressing them up like that either. I think they'll probably.
I hope
I think they'll have some different outfits. But definitely amongst the women, I saw a lot of Black Canary. I don't know why.
A lot of Black Canary.
Not sure where that came from. I expected Harlequin.
I saw Black Widows too.
Very few. I didn't see. Did I see? I may have seen one or two, but I saw a lot of Black Canary. And for all the Black Canaries out there, you did your thing. Okay, you looked really good. I really was like, wow, Black Canary, another Black Canary. At one point, I thought there was like 3 or 4 of them at the same time, and I was like, "Hey, let's get a shot of Black Canary." Like, which one? I was like, "That's not the. No, she's. Yeah, you guys are all over the place." But a lot of good cosplay out over there. Yeah. Sorry, I really don't pay attention to a lot of the guys. I just don't. I could care less what you guys are wearing, unless you come out with a really good suit, like the guy who came out and he was like a 8-9 foot Hulk. Oh, that was really, really dynamic. Or that really big shot of all the Star Wars guys when they came out and all the Jedi were together. Or the guys who let me take that picture with them, because my son is a really big fan of the Flash, so I got to take the picture with the Flash, the reverse Flash, and zoom, and he thought that was cool. He was like, "Hey, Pop, look." And I was like, "Hey, that's you." I was like, "Yeah." "Are those the real guys?" "Yeah." yeah, that's them. You know, some really cool stuff. But for the most part, my eye is always on the female cosplayers. I just think the outfits look better. I think they really bring it home with it. And did you get to see Ivy Doom Kitty while you were out there?
No, I didn't see it. Did you?
Yeah, so I was at her table. You know, she does some really good work. She does some really good work as well. So, you know, the cosplay was there. For me, it was a really big. I mean, this was a really good year for Comic-Con. I hope they're able to keep the same level of intensity. I really thought they were going to bungle some stuff, especially with things being off-site, where you had to go to Hammerston if you wanted to see things. I never left Jacob Javits. I refused to, but I know you did. And how was that?
And when you went to Hammerstein or to MSG, you were pretty well organized, and it worked out pretty well. They were pretty large venues. The problem, though, sometimes, I mean, by that time, those shows were usually in the afternoon or in the evening. You could always come back, but a lot of people tended not to come back, I think. So I guess they'll see. But those were pretty good venues. We saw the Magician, and we saw the Expanse for Sci-Fi, and those were pretty interesting. And I think PD also saw a couple other things too. The Underworld and what was it? Evil Dead. Evil Dead.
Yeah.
He saw that. So
Evil Dead.
He saw that MSG. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I gotta say one thing, that the balance between men and women was pretty even. Probably a little bit more guys, but it was pretty surprising that, you know, you thought it would be overwhelmingly just girls, but no, overwhelmingly just guys. But it was.
Oh no.
It was pretty balanced, and even in terms of comic books. So I spoke to some of the artists. I was surprised by the amount of artists who were female, who were there in Artist Alley.
There's been a plurality, right? There's been a plurality, not necessarily more men than women. Or the one thing that I always find that's missing, there's no kids. You know, there's always a bunch of adults, but very few children do I actually see coming to Comic-Con in cosplay in comparison to the amount of adults. That's true. When you first started, I mean, when it first started, most of the cons, when you first started, it was an all-guy affair. And I don't know, I still have a little bit of a nostalgic feel for that, because you would come, the place is dark, looks a little seedy, and it's just a bunch of guys looking for comic books, that's it. If you saw a girl there, you were kind of like, is she lost, you know? Or you had to like, get out of here quick, run for your life. You don't understand, you're too good looking to be here. These guys have no control, get out. But that changed because they actually turned on the lights and they cleaned up everything and they made it brighter. And there've been a plurality of men and women in terms of that, you know, for some time, especially even behind the scenes when it comes to the artists and the writers. There's a lot, more so than you would expect. There are a lot of women behind the scenes and a lot of women at the con. In terms of the readership, however, I still think there's still more guys than women actually reading the books, and that itself is a little bit dodgy because now you still have to keep these guys reading, and they're like, hey, what happened? Black Canary used to look sexy, and now she looks like she's anorexic. What the hell happened to this? I'm not reading it anymore. So you have those things coming over, but other than that, at the cons, yeah, it's a nice mix, and everybody's pretty well behaved. I heard about some incidents in San Diego, not this year, but a couple of years back. I've never really heard of those things at the NYCC. So I'm glad that everybody's able to keep their hands to themselves. Just look at the scenery, but you don't have to touch anything. Right. There's no window shopping going on. It's just a cool scene. That's it.
And one thing, we've made this the biggest con there is, from what I can see, from what I was told. This is bigger than San Diego in terms of participants coming in. I'm not sure about the exhibitors, but it's pretty big. This has got to be the biggest one, definitely on the East Coast and possibly in the country.
I've been to San Diego, and without a doubt, in terms of area, San Diego, biggest con, without a doubt. And they get to go first. They get to go first, which is also a big deal. So all of the the previews, everybody, they get all of that other type of stuff first. But yeah, if we're definitely keeping keeping pace. I don't want to say we're competing with them since we don't want to have to do this East Coast West Coast nonsense any longer. But we're definitely keeping pace because they've had a jump on us for well over a decade. And we're doing a good job of providing the right venues, providing access, bringing the people in, making it accessible. So we're doing a really good job on that. I'm really happy on that because, of course, this is the greatest city in the world. Everything should be here, and I'm glad that we have the NYCC to go along with that.
So overall, your impression?
Hey, this was an A+ con. This was an A+ con. I was exhausted. I didn't have to sleep this much after any con before, running around wearing so many hats, but this was an A+ con. I would have had a hard time not enjoying myself with this con. I enjoyed myself, got to, do just about everything that I wanted, met a whole bunch of people I wanted to see, wasn't expecting to see. It was a really good con, A+ con.
All right, well, Spinner Rack out, you hear? We love the con. See you soon.